Hello everybody, this is Terry Jeanette with the Tapping Flamingo, and today's theme is all about steampunk. Now, I'm involved with several collaborations, and some of them are doll related. My sister of Peacecraft Dolls, Peacecraft Dolls, she is a doll collector, and I want to support her. But I'm not really much of a doll collector, but I can make jewelry. And the jewelry techniques I use to make jewelry for us ladies, I can use those same techniques to make jewelry for little girls or even dolls. So the collaboration today is one that my sister, she'll come up with a word and we create around that. And steampunk was the word. And I have all these little gear components, which are very steampunk. So I'm going to use those. And keys, lace, which to me these look a lot like lace. Black, to me that's all kind of steampunkish. And I'm going to make some jewelry that can be worn by either me or a doll, a Blythe doll to be specific. I'm also going to try to attempt to make a dress. I'm not much of a seamstress. I can sew things like face masks. In fact, I sold quite a few of those last year when this pandemic first started, where we had to start wearing masks, and I have made quite a few of those. But other than that, I'm not so talented in the sewing department, so we'll see what happens. So let me scooch all this over here, and I'm going to show you some fabric that I have picked out for a steampunk theme. I kind of think this looks steampunky. To me, it's kind of lacy. We've got flowers. I even thought I saw some butterflies. Oh, there's little bugs of different kinds. So I'm going to use this. I'm also going to use this and then some black lace. And I think this will make a really good combination. And for those of you who do make jewelry, and some of you probably do sew, you can make jewelry to go with different outfits. This time I'm making the jewelry and the outfit, but on a much smaller scale. So in my mind, I think what I'm going to do is use these gears, and I wish I had two of these because I would use these for the earrings. But since I don't have two, I will put this aside and we're going to use these. And these are going to be very big chunky earrings. And I have these little links that I may try to incorporate in here. And then maybe I could use these white beads. As far as the key goes and the ring of keys, I want to use these, but I think I'm going to make a pull. First though, let's make the earrings. In addition to these beads, I think I'm going to mix my metals. I haven't really decided yet. I do have this wire that I think will go really well. And of course I have some silver tone wire, but I've got my ear wires, and then I have some head pins. And then I'm thinking about maybe using this old telephone wire. I got a whole bunch of old telephone wire from my dad, who has had it since the 60s. Story behind this is interesting. So my dad is a retired NASA engineer, and he worked on all the Apollo launches. In fact, that's why we moved down to Florida back in 1967. One day when he was at work, they were pulling out all the telephone wires and all and updating everything. And they had trash bags and trash bags, well, probably not bags, trash cans and trash cans, because I don't think they had bags back then. But anyway, tons and tons of trash cans just full of this wire. So my dad asked if he could have any of it, and they said, take as much as you want. And he did. And after all these years, I still have some left. So as I look through here, I think I want to take this orange wire. It's got a little bit of kind of a, I don't know if that's pink or red in there, but this may be fun to use. Here's a little better look at what we have to work with. So let's see if the beads fit on there first. Well, that one fits. Oh, good. Looks like this one's going to fit. I really want to use some seed beads, but those aren't going to fit. Let me see if I got something else. Let's see about these. Oh, those fit. Okay, good. So this is what I came up with, and they're going to be very, very big on her, but I'm not going to make her a necklace. So these are going to be like shoulder dusters. But what I did is I took the telephone wire and I made a loop. Well, first I strung all the beads on there, and I made a loop and I wrapped these other beads as I went down and I came back up. So let me make the other one, and I'm not going to really do much of a tutorial. It's just going to be a demonstration. So I want to, I need to get, those beads are not the same size. Let me go get some more. So I'm going to start with putting a bead, just they're not really E beads, but they're about the size of an E bead. I need to put my heart. Another one of these beads on there. The white bead. And then I'm going to use my round nose pliers to make that loop at the bottom. I think I'm going to go down a little bit more because I don't really need that big of a tail. I'm just going to wrap it around. And tuck in the end. Okay, now I'm going to slide my beads down, and I'm going to do kind of the same thing at the top here. Let me move that out of the way. I'm going to make a loop. This loop's going to be a little bit smaller, but this time I am going to go around and see if I can do this almost exactly like I did this, but I want to go around this bead. Let me go around one more time. So around this bead, and then around, and then around this bead here. I'm going to make sure it's in the front, so let's go around this way. And then I'm going to go around this several times until I get kind of a big wrap. And I want to find a place where I'm going to be able to tuck the end underneath all this, which looks like I can tuck it in just right under there. All right, so they're pretty close to the same. You just have to remember whenever you do create anything like this, because it is handmade, it's never going to be exactly the same. You got to remember you are not a machine. They're going to be slightly off some, but these are close enough. We didn't need the head pins for this, so that worked out okay. And then all I have to do now is just open up the ear wire and thread it on there, but you need to make sure they're going to be facing in the right direction. And I may have to tweak it a little bit here. Yeah, see how that doesn't hang correctly? So I opened it back up and hung it the correct way. Now we need to hang another gear at the bottom. And basically I just use a silver tone jump ring. Whoa, opened it up. Like so. And put it on, close it up. Let's see if it hangs correctly. I believe it's hanging correctly. And there are the big statement earrings. I think those came out pretty cool. Like I said, they're going to be shoulder dusters on her. And even on a real person, they're going to be pretty big. So we have the earrings made. Now I want to make a little dangle for her eye pull ring thingy. I don't know what it's called. But let's see what we have to work with here. Let me get all this back in there. I could use the telephone wire again, which I'm thinking maybe I should. So let me put this away. Again, I think I'm going to mix my metals. I did want to use this. And maybe since I'm using the white one, I'll use the black bead. This might be fun to dangle at the bottom. And maybe I could use, I wanted to use this key. Let me think about this. Okay, I was all over the place. My mind was going 1,000 miles an hour and I could not make a decision. I decided not to use these because I think maybe later on they might make a really nice necklace or something for one of the Blythe dolls for some reason. I still have a gear left. I didn't use these links, but look what I did. I think this came out pretty cool. So I was able to use my big key and another gear, and I mixed my metals again. I used the white heart bead. I think it's very lacy looking, along with the black bead. And then, of course, I used the silver jump ring and a silver seed beads, which these are more seed beads. But they actually go really well with this as a set here. So let me go sew the dress up and put her all together, and we'll have a little fashion show. Have her all finished. I did have some issues with the dress. This is my second attempt. It wasn't as bad as the last time. I'll leave a link up here so you can go check out my issues with that. But I really wanted her dress to be shorter. And I don't know, I'm just trying to figure this out. I'm basically doing my own pattern, and I'm not a sewer. The earrings, I think, turned out really pretty cool. They are definitely statement pieces for her. And you can take them out and wear them yourself. And they're a pretty good statement piece for us big girls, too. As far as her little pole charm goes, I think it came out really nicely. I love this. And I'm going to call this Frumpy Steampunk because it's definitely a pretty frumpy dress. You may notice I put on some little stockings for her, and she doesn't have any shoes, but you know what? We're just lounging around the house today, taking it easy. I'm going to go put her back. She was watching her favorite show, so I kind of interrupted her. Stay tuned. I'm going to do a little photo shoot with her at the end. Let me know what you think. I hope those of you who are not necessarily doll collectors enjoyed the jewelry making part of this. I also hope that those of you who are doll collectors enjoyed the jewelry making part of this too. As I've said before, the techniques I use to make jewelry for her are the same techniques I use to make jewelry for me, just on a little smaller scale. And you can use those same techniques to make small scale jewelry for your children, your grandchildren, or that special little one in your life. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. Mostly though, I hope y'all have a fantastically wonderful day. This is Terry Jeanette with the Tapping Flamingo signing out for now. Bye-bye.